Welcome to my channel everyone. My name is Keita-Marie. For today's Pilates practice, we're going to begin sitting with our knees bent and ankles crossed. Begin to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Inhaling, rolling up the shoulders to the ears, exhaling, rolling the shoulders back and down. Let's continue to roll the shoulders as we breathe in and out, ensuring that we're lengthening the spine and we're engaging the core by pulling the belly button in towards that spine. Inhaling as we roll the shoulders up, exhaling as we roll the shoulders back and down. Now let's reverse it. So inhale up, exhale forward and down with those shoulders. Inhale as we roll up, exhale as we roll forward and down. But make sure you're still maintaining the length in the spine and that you're still squeezing the tummy muscles in. Let's also engage those lower pelvic floor muscles as well. Now we're going to turn the head to look to the right, and then you're going to bring the head to center. Now turn the head to look to the left and bring the head to center. Remember to breathe. So inhale as you turn to look to the right. Exhale as you bring the head to look to center. Inhale as you turn to look to the left. Exhale as you bring the head to center. One more time, looking to the right. You're now going to pull the chin to the chest. Take a deep breath in and out here. Then you're going to lift that head back up to look to the right side and bring the head to center. Now turn the head to look to the left. Gently pull your chin down towards your chest. And take another deep breath in as if you're smelling flowers and out as if you're blowing out a candle. Then bring the head up to look to the left and bring the head to center. Now bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Take that right hand and place your palm on the left side of your head. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, see if you can bring that ear closer to the shoulder, and then try to slide both shoulders down towards your hips as you feel that stretch along the left side of your neck. Then releasing the head, bring that right hand back to your knee, and let's now bring the left ear to the left shoulder, lifting that left arm up, bringing the left hand to the right side of the head. Slowly bringing that left ear a little bit closer to the shoulder, and then sliding both shoulders down towards the hips. Breathe here to feel the stretch along the right side of your neck. Releasing your hand from your head now, returning it to the knee, bring the head to center. Let's reach both arms up to the ceiling, pressing the palms together, entwining the fingers. Lengthen from the base of the spine all the way up through the arms. You're now going to drop that chin towards your chest as you slowly pull your arms slightly behind your head, still reaching them up to the ceiling. Then lift the head up, bringing the arms slightly forward, lift the chin all the way up to the ceiling now to stretch the front of the neck, and then bring the head to center. So as you pull the chin down to the chest, reaching the arms behind you and up to the ceiling, then you're going to bring the arms slightly forward, keep them long as you lift that chin to the ceiling, releasing the head back. Bring the head to center. Again, pulling that chin to the chest, reaching your arms behind you, lengthening them up to the ceiling. Then bringing the head to center, slide the shoulders down, lift the chin to the ceiling, looking up towards the hands as you reach those arms up. Bring the head to center, release the arms and bring the arms to the side in line with your shoulders. Now as if a force is pulling you to the right side, reach the torso to the right. Hold the torso on the arm here, lift your left arm up and over, and then bring it back down to the side in line with your shoulder. Moving only your left arm, lift it up and over, and then bring it back down to the side. Repeat, keeping both butt cheeks on the mat. Keep pulling the tummy into the spine. Then you're going to slowly use your side body muscles to pull the torso back to center. And now to the other side to reach to the left. Hold it here on this side, and you're going to lift now your right arm up and over towards the left, and reach it up and over back to the level of your shoulder. Lift that right arm up and over, bring it up and down to the side. One more time, lifting that arm up and over, bringing it up and down to the side, and then using your side body muscles, lift that torso back up to center, and then release the arms down. Let's unfold the legs now, and let's come to the center of our mats, sitting with our knees bent, feet hip width apart, hands holding the backs of the thighs. Drop the chin to the chest. We're going to come into our C-curve spine as we tuck tailbone under. Then you're going to release your pelvis through your hips and lengthen the spine to come to neutral as if you're sitting against a wall. Now once again, Pull the tummy into the spine, tuck that tailbone under. Keep that tummy scooped, pulling the belly button up behind your rib cage. Then release your pelvis through your hips, lengthen from the base of the spine, come back to your neutral seated position. Again, tuck your tailbone under as we articulate the spine, dropping chin to the chest in your C-curve. Then release your pelvis through your hips, lengthen the spine, lifting the arms up now. Keep the arms here as we return back to that C-curve position. And then as we return to our neutral seated position, lift the arms up to the ceiling. So press those arms forward and down, come into your C-curve. Then lift the arms up to the ceiling, coming to your seated position. Press the arms forward and down, tuck your tailbone under into your C-curve. Release pelvis through hips, lengthen spine, lifting the arms up. Press the arms forward and down, come into your C-curve. Hold the C-curve now, and let's circle the arms up to the side and forward. Inhale the arms up, reach them to the side and forward. Keep circling the arms, making sure your tummy is still pulled in, making sure you're still engaging your lower pelvic floor muscles and not moving the torso, only the arms. Now reach the arms forward as you pull your torso up to sit in neutral spine. You're going to tuck the tailbone under now and roll all the way down, notch by notch to the mat, releasing shoulders and head and bringing the arms to the mat beside you. As we prepare now to come to our neutral lying down position, let's walk those feet in towards the buttocks, still keeping the feet hip width apart. We're going to pull the belly button to the spine. We're going to release the tailbone forward and down until we establish our neutral pelvic position where the pelvic triangle is parallel to the ceiling. We're going to slide the rib cage towards the hips, pull the belly button to the spine, press rib cage down, and keep both the front and the back of the neck nice and long. Place the arms to the side and just breathe here in and out, keeping your tummy pulled in, feeling how your torso feels in this neutral position on your back. Now let's prepare to go into our Pilates tuck position now. Using the upper abdominals, we're going to lift the head and the shoulders up and float the arms up beside the hips. Then we're going to release the arms down, releasing the shoulders and the head to the mat. Again, peel head and shoulder blades off, float the arms up, releasing arms, shoulders and head back to the mat. Again, lifting head, shoulders, floating arms up, releasing arms, shoulders and head to the mat. Peeling head, peeling shoulder blades off, float the arms up, releasing arms, shoulders and head down to the mat. Peeling head and shoulders and arms, holding this position now. Lift the arms up straight to the ceiling and bring the arms forward and down beside the hips. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, arms come forward and down. Continuing to move the arms, we're going to make sure that we're still using our upper abs to lift the shoulders and the head up off the mat. The weight of the head is over the chest. You're looking either at your thighs or your stomach to keep your head in the correct position. Shoulders, head and arms to the mat. Return to the Pilates tuck. Lift the head, shoulders and arms up. Lift the heels off the floor, come to the tips of the toes. Lift your right knee up, bring that right toe down. Lift the left knee up, bring that left toe down. Inhale, you're going to lift the right knee above the right hip, bring the toes to the mat. Lift the left knee above the left hip, bring the toes to the mat. Using your core to control your legs, moving your legs from your hips instead of your knees. So every time you squeeze your tummy in, you're able to lift a leg, and then as you place it down, you control that with your abs. Right knee up, toes come to the mat, left knee up, toes come to the mat. Release your heels, release the shoulders, head and arms. Walk the feet in closer to the body now, bringing the heels directly underneath your knees. We're going to press into the soles of the feet and press the hips up towards the ceiling until the hips come in line with knees and shoulders. Hold the tummy in towards the spine. Keep the knees hip width apart. And then you're going to release the spine down to the floor, as if you're sitting in a chair. Press the hips up, in line with knees and shoulders. Pull the tummy to the spine, squeeze the glutes. Release the spine, down to the mat. Return to your neutral spine. Press the hips up, pulling belly button to spine, reaching the knees forward. Release the spine, down to the floor. Press the hips up, in line with knees and shoulders, pulling tummy to the spine. Release the spine, down to the mat. Press the hips up, in line with knees and shoulders. We're going to hold it here and lift both arms up to the ceiling, above your shoulders. Now lift the heels off the floor and then release the heels down to the mat. Pressing into the balls of the feet as you lift the heels up and then release the heels down. Keep moving the heels up and down while you maintain the stability in your torso. So no movement in your hips or your back. Lift the heels up, pressing into the balls of the feet. And then now you're going to release your hips halfway to the floor and press the hips up. Release your hips halfway to the floor, press the hips up. Keeping the heels lifted and keeping the arms reaching up to the ceiling. Release the hips halfway down, press the hips up. Release the hips halfway to the mat, press the hips up. Release the hips halfway to the mat, press the hips up. Hold the hips up as you bring your arms down to the mat. And now you're going to curve the spine and allow that spine to wheel down to the floor notch by notch. Releasing the spine down, sliding the shoulders forward. You're now going to pull your tummy into the spine to lift the heels off some more, coming to the very tips of your toes, and use your lower abs to lift the knees up above your hips with your feet slightly higher than your knees. Come to the Pilates tuck, lift the head, lift the shoulders off the mat, float the arms up beside the hips, lift the arms to the ceiling, don't move any other part of your body, and then slowly release shoulders and head and toes back to the mat. Now lift both arms and knees up. Lift head and shoulders up, press arms forward and down beside your hips. Lift the arms only up and then release shoulders and head to the mat, lower the toes. Repeat, lift both arms up and knees to the ceiling. Lift head and shoulder blades up, press the arms forward and down beside your hips. Hold the Pilates tuck position, squeezing the tummy to the spine, lift the arms up and release everything back down to the mat. Lift arms and knees up. Press arms forward and down as you lift head and shoulder blades off the mat. Lift the arms to the ceiling, release shoulders and head and toes to the mat. Lift arms and knees up to the ceiling. Lift head and shoulder blades off the mat. Press the arms forward and down beside your hips. Lift your arms to the ceiling. Release shoulders and head and toes to the mat. Again, lifting arms and knees up. Pressing arms forward and down to lift your head and shoulder blades off the mat. Lift your arms up to the ceiling and release shoulders and head and toes to the mat. Lift arms and legs up again and peel head and shoulder blades off. Press the arms forward and down beside the hips. Now stretch the legs out, lifting the arms to the ceiling. Bend the knees, bring the arms forward and down beside the hips. Lift the arms up and release shoulders and head, toes to the mat. Lift both knees and arms up, pressing into your tuck. Let's go back. Stretching legs out, lifting the arms up, pressing the arms on as you bend your knees. Double leg stretch. Stretch your legs out, lift the arms up, press the arms forward and down, bend the knees. Stretch arms and legs, bend the knees, bring your arms forward and down. Lift the arms, stretch the legs, bend your knees, bring your arms forward and down. Lift your arms, stretch your legs, bend your knees, bring the arms forward and down. Stretch your legs, lift your arms up, bring your arms forward and down, bend your knees. Lift your arms to the ceiling, release shoulders and head to the mat, release the feet flat to the floor, and bring the arms forward and down to the mat beside your hips. Bring the legs together, pulling thighs and knees together, and let's extend the legs up to the ceiling above the hips. Make sure that your legs are nice and long, but if your hamstrings are tight, you can soften those knees and keep the legs slightly bent. Now we're going to flex the feet, whether the knees are bent or straight, and open the legs in a V. Circle them forward, squeeze the thighs together, and then use your lower abs to lift the legs back up. So open the legs in a V, circle them forward, squeeze them together, and then lift them up to the ceiling above your hips. Open the legs in a V, circle them forward, squeeze them together, and use your abs to lift both legs up above your hips. Open the legs in a V, circle forward, bring the thighs together, lift the legs up to the ceiling. Open the legs in a V, circle them to the side and forward, bring them together and lift the legs up towards the ceiling. Make sure your lower back stays stable, make sure your rib cage stays down, and of course you're pulling your tummy down to the spine to protect your back while you work the legs. Now bend the knees, lowering the heels towards the mat, and we're going to lift those knees directly above your hips now, opening the legs hip width apart. Keeping the feet slightly higher than the knees, bring your arms behind the head, fingers just gently overlapping, elbows to the side. We're going to roll up through the center of the body. We're going to extend our left leg, twist rib cage towards the right knee. Then we're going to switch legs, and then we're going to twist rib cage towards the left bent knee, and then switch legs. So twisting towards the right knee, bring the torso to center, switch your legs. Twisting the torso towards the left knee, bring the torso to center, switch your legs. Exhale as you twist the torso, squeezing that tummy in, bring the legs to center, switch. Twist the torso to the left, bring the torso to center, switch your legs. And think about bringing your shoulder towards your knee as opposed to bringing your elbow every time you twist that rib cage in this crisscross. And lift and twist towards the right knee, bring the torso to center. Switch your legs, lift and twist towards the left knee, bring the torso to center. Release shoulders and head to the mat, slowly release the feet to the floor. We're going to bring the arms to the side and slide the legs completely out. Lift the arms up, bringing them slightly behind the head to keep your rib cage and shoulders down. You're going to inhale, lift the arms up to the ceiling, and now roll up through a C-curve spine. Bring your torso up and over your legs with your arms reaching forward. Flex your feet, scoop the tummy in towards the spine. Keep the arms here as you gradually roll the torso down notch by notch to the floor, releasing shoulders and head until the arms come back behind you. Again, point the feet, lift the arms up to the ceiling. Roll up through your C-curve spine, keeping that tummy pulled to the spine, reaching torso forward. Flex your feet, squeeze that tummy in, and as you scoop, you release the spine notch by notch to the floor until the shoulders and the head touch the mat and arms come slightly behind you. Point your feet, stretching the legs again. Bring the arms up to the ceiling and roll up through your C-curve spine. Bring the torso over your legs, head between your arms. Flex your feet. Pull the belly button back to your spine and gradually notch by notch release the spine down to the floor. Shoulders and head come to the mat, arms come behind you, point the feet. Again, lift the arms up to the ceiling. Roll up through your C-curve spine, bring the torso over the legs, reach the arms forward, drop the head between your arms. Pull the tummy in towards the spine and roll down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Point the feet, lift the arms up to the ceiling, rolling up. Make sure you're still breathing here, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Flex your feet, scoop that tummy in, rolling down. We're now going to reach that torso forward and then pull the torso back in our rowing exercise. So torso comes forward over the legs, torso pulls back. Torso reaches forward over the legs, torso pulls back. Try to exhale as you bring the torso forward and inhale as you pull back. Keeping the tummy pulled to the spine up behind the rib cage. Feet are flexed so the legs are anchored to the mat. Torso comes forward, torso pulls back. Torso comes forward, hold it here. You're going to slowly roll up the spine, notch on top of notch to come to sit in your neutral spine position. Relax the arms and the legs. If your hamstrings are tight, you're going to bend your knees. If not, keep your legs straight. We're going to scoop in that tummy and imagine that something is pulling us up to the ceiling from the top of the head. Bend your right elbow, pulling that elbow back as you twist the waist and extend the arm forward. Then bend your left elbow, pulling it back behind you, and then reach it forward. So as you bend your right elbow, you're twisting at the waist, look towards the elbow, then straighten the arm forward. Bend your left elbow, twisting at the waist, look towards the elbow, reach that arm forward. Bend the right elbow, twisting at the waist, and reach it forward. Bend the left elbow, twisting at the waist, and forward. Keep going as you pull that elbow behind you. Make sure your hips are not moving and your lower back is not moving. Only from your waist and upwards should the body move in response to you pulling that elbow behind you. Again, pulling left elbow back and reaching it forward. Now, relax your arms. You're going to press into your palms and bring your hips forward along your mat in front of the center point of your mat. Place your hands on your legs and curve that lower back. Walk your feet in towards the torso. Lift the heels off the floor and come into a balanced position. Make sure that lower back is still curved, but we're going to lift that head up so that we're opening the chest and lengthening along the top parts of the spine. Lift the feet up now in line with your knees and take your hands now to hold the backs of your thighs. You can keep the arms here or you can extend the arms. And we're going to roll down to the mat one vertebra at a time, releasing shoulders and head to the floor, bringing the arms to the ceiling and reaching the arms behind us. Then we're going to lift the arms to the ceiling, lift the head and shoulder blades off. You're going to bring your knees slightly forward in front of your hips and roll up, pulling and lifting the torso up to your balanced position that you were just in. Again, using control, you're going to release the spine gradually to the mat. Your knees will naturally come up above your hips as you release your shoulders and your head and your arms behind you. Now lift the arms up, squeeze that tummy in, bring your knees slightly forward as you lift your chest up. And you can use your arms if you're unable to pull yourself up without them, reaching your torso up to your balanced position. Curve the spine and roll down through the spine. Bring the knees above your hips, bringing the arms behind you. Now let's try it with the straight legs. Lift the arms up, peel head and shoulder blades off. Bring your legs slightly forward and reaching your hands up towards your feet. Come to your teaser balance position. Then scoop that tummy in, roll down through the spine, gradually lift the legs above the hips and bring the arms behind the head. If this is difficult, return to the bent knee position. Lift the arms up, lift the chest up, rolling up, reaching the hands towards your legs. That is if you aren't holding your legs. Then roll that spine down, lifting the legs up and reach the arms behind the head. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale as you roll the torso up, coming to your teaser balance, keeping that tummy scooped in, and then gradually release the spine down to the floor mat as you lift the legs up to the ceiling, bringing the arms behind your head. Now bend the knees, pulling the thighs into the chest, and holding the legs. We're just going to rock those knees from side to side, releasing any tension that you might be feeling in your lower back. Now we're going to open the arms to the side in a T shape, and with control, slowly release both knees now to the right side of the body, turning your head to look to the left while you keep your chest open to the ceiling and both shoulders on the mat. Bring the head to center, and one by one, bring the knees up as you roll over now to bring both knees to the left side of the body, turning your head to look towards your right hand in your supine twist. Keep that tummy pulled in. Bring the head to center. We're going to bring everything over now so we're lying completely on the left side of the body. You're going to place the right palm in front of the face, lengthen your right leg and slowly press up using your arms. We're going to come to a seated position, the same position that we started in, and we're going to roll the shoulders up, back and down. We're going to walk your hands forward, reaching that torso forward, lengthen through your arms so that you can get a nice stretch in your back. Breathe here while you still keep your tummy lifted, and slowly walk your hands in towards the torso. As you roll that torso up, imagine building blocks stacking on top of each other. That's all for today's practice. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Please like and share this video, and remember to subscribe to my channel.